cyber country. I'm on my way back home. Long night. Man, they always are. Unbeknownst to many of you, I was off for the last 4 days. It was a wonderful thing, let me tell you. Wonderful thing. But there wasn't really a lot of action going on out here until pretty much, well, a little bit till last night. Yeah, we're talking about a channel that's known for its motto of being the worst show on YouTube, otherwise known as Zatoichi. Por favor. Now, Zatoichi is probably not a guy you want to try to go one-on-one with and tell the guy you're going to kick his ass, because the guy, from what I understand, is a black belt. Shout out to the replay crew. Unfortunately, when a lot of the action was going on last night on his channel, I was at my peak hours at work, at my job. And with that, I missed all of it. I missed all of it. All of it. Can you believe that? All of it. We'll get into Rick Crew in just a minute here. Stay tuned, people. So I didn't really catch anything that went on, unfortunately. I started watching up to the point around where Rebel City gets on. Yes, he blocked me from his other channel. He did that just the other day. People he does not block, though. I noticed this. I did notice this. He did block Capgun Slim. And Capgun was just kind of sitting there engaging and talking to him. He wasn't degrading him or anything. He was just hanging out, talking in the chat, and kind of trying to get a vibe, a feel for the guy. What is it you want out of all this? Anything? What's your mission objective here? Is any? Well, in regards to, I would say that yes and yes. Possibly yes. The other yes. I believe that, of course this dude's got an agenda. Of course he does. But the big question is this something he's doing for himself, or is it something more sinister than that? In other words, is somebody paying him to get on here and say these things and go at people? Well, and that's a very good question. King 9 is a nut job. Always has been, always will be, as far as I've ever known. Progressively, slowly deteriorating away, getting worse as time goes on, unfortunately for him. Well, I'd say he's been very mentally unstable the entire time he's been on YouTube. Now, I'm qualified to make that sort of a claim because, well, after all, I've got life experience. I know a retired psychiatrist who was in the practice himself for a lot of years, and I also took intro to psychology in college. So I think that would stomp anybody else's life experience out here of social workers and psychiatrists combined. So there's that one. What else? That Salty Rant character reemerged again, I guess. I don't know that he reemerged, or did he actually, or he just simply republished an old video that he had and made it public again. I'm not sure which. To be quite honest with you, it's been so long since I've even thought of the dude, the Frog Man, which he was when Authority Checks started getting called the shit stain by Genuinely Jen and them. That caused a scene of confusion, mass confusion, from people that go way back, even. And not to say that he does not, of course, but a lot of us think of Salty Rant when we think of that, because there's a lot. I could show you the videos that some of my Q tab where he's being called just that. So I don't think calling somebody else that who's in any of this stuff could ever possibly should steal that title, even though it's not like something. I'm sure it didn't invite that or didn't ask for that, but to be called that anyways. But it just doesn't jog well with a lot of the rest of us, because we're not thinking of a guy like him when that terminology is used. We're thinking of the other guy, another guy known as Salty Rant. As far as I know, has never been on a shit show ever, as far as I know. I could be corrected on that. I know Insane Wayne mistaken what is his name, then Tonic and Sales, who's definitely a prime or a top Abenayer. We got to work on that with these guys. Him and that Nathan Johnson were up on that. They got up on where were they at? They got up on Willie's live stream the other day. We're kind of tag teaming the whole dissection of Abe's personality on the internet. I get a kick out of it myself. I do. You know you're winning when the entire thing derails and just automatically becomes about you. You know what I mean? And you don't even ask for it. You don't even invite it. So it just happens. It's just what it does. So anyways, moving on from that, where are we at here? I was going to dive into that. Just definitely, it's actually probably the primary reason why I even went live this morning. So there you go. Let's dive into that one. Rick Curtis made some bold statements that 3 people have arrest warrants in the state of Texas. And if they set foot on the soil of said state, will automatically be scooped up by Texas law enforcement officials, such as Department of Public Safety, which is their state troopers down there. Of course, they must be fake too, because they're called public safety officers, although I'm sure they would beg to differ on that. But nevertheless, it is Lady Di, 49, otherwise known as Diana. It is John Hensel, or John Hensel II, who's in my chat right as we speak. And the third one is Psycho Dave, K9, Dave Munchauer. So apparently those 3 parties, according to Rick, have got arrest warrants in Texas. But here's the pitch phrase to that one. It's this John Henzo here in my chat today who clipped the living shit out of this guy in multiple streams that he does, if you can call him that. Is debatable. Definitely up for debate. However, nevertheless, has called the police in Lady Di's jurisdiction in Arizona multiple times in the past week or 2, I believe. It's been at least twice, and I know of. And then bitched them out on the phone and told them that the police in Houston down there, one of the largest cities in the country, won't do jack shit for them. But of course, if that be the case, then how is it that these 3 said parties have arrest warrants out for them? Maybe Rick is justice of the peace down there. What do you think? God help us all. I mean, that's enough to get Satan stirred up, for Christ's sake. And I'm sure Christ would agree with me on that one. But anyways, individuals, stay tuned for future breaking details. All right, there's 11 of you in the house today. How you doing? Welcome to the Honest Abe Home Shopping Network. Yes, I do run a channel called Anti-Abenayers. It is in cooperation and conjunction with the Anti-Abenayers Association. Is what it is. There's still a few of them left. I heard that the Hebrew Hammer operators started to go live again. Unbeknownst to me, I wasn't getting notifications on him, but I guess he's going live again. Good for him. But not a very large audience there. He was, his channel is comparative to like Queen Wasp's, or even Lisa B's, for that matter. And what I mean to say by that is, those are channels. Those are channels that once housed a lot of heavyweight champions in the 1A drama sector, as well as others, and they became hot ticket channels for a spell. And because of Lisa B's content, her channel's kind of been completely taken over by Black Rose 21843 in her psycho obsession over Lady Diana, we were just talking about a minute ago. That's basically what Lisa's entire channel has been devoted to, is replaying her content. So it doesn't really draw in a lot of people. Most of the people that know of her are some of the old auditors or cop watchers from back in the day. Even Joe Cool used to get on her panel. I've got a panel download, screen record anyway, of people like even AFA, Accountability for All, Josh Abrams, getting on her panel at least one time. So that's kind of how it was back in the day, as I recall it. There was a more limited number of channels that would go live and do panels. Kind of when that all was first beginning. It was before COVID. I mean, there was panels I've got clips of that are 9 years old even. So back in 2017, I think, is some of my earliest stuff I got downloaded or screen recorded, whatever, on my 3 terabyte hard drive. So anyways, there is definitely that and so much more. Where today, you got Rebel out here who talk about somebody living in the friggin' past. There's one of my top abenayers right there in the chat. Binks is definitely right up there in the elitist of elitists. I guess if that's a title to brag about, kudos to you, of abenayers. What is an abenayer? An abenayer is somebody who's a naysayer, hence the name, of somebody known as Honest Abe, which might just so happen to be moi. Me, myself, and all three of us. Now, so, what was I talking about there? As I was saying, what was I talking about? Oh, shit. See, you made me lose my Axel, not to be confused with Axel Bailey. I don't even know if that guy's channel's even around anymore. If it's around, he hit it, he changed it, deleted it. I don't know what happened to that dude. I have no clue, and I really don't care. And I never had any beef with that dude. None, other than the fact that I got nothing but shitted all over for stuff he was doing. And he did that stuff on Lady Di's channel about 3-4 years or so ago. And all the shit he did, I got blamed for. All of it. And I finally got a chance to get on this guy's panel last year, and he actually owned up to it. He never did not own up to it. It's just getting him on a panel to just say, look, he actually apologized to me and said, what do you want me to do about it? I did X, Y, and Z, and I mean, if you're getting blamed for it, I mean, that sucks. I get it, sucks for you. But I mean, there's nothing I can do about it. Nothing I can do to fix it. So that's a long story. Aren't they all? For another time. Talked a little bit about Ville, your panel. I mentioned some of the top elitist of the elitist abenayers were on your panel yesterday. I think you handled that very well. So shout out to you. What else is there? What else? What was I just talking about? Somebody help me out here. I'm getting older now. You'll have to excuse me. And with age comes wisdom and also short-term memory. Hey, that's a good trade-off right there, isn't it? Hell yeah. Oh my God. Anyways, why did I go live this morning? Somebody remind me. I would love to see the ZAT panel. I've got a couple screenshots of it. Wow, there's a deer. He ran right back in the woods again. Big one too. So anyways, where was I at here? Hey, what's up, Wabbit? Hey, what's happening? What else? So, like I said, I just barely started watching that panel, and I understand there's been some friction there, Ville, with you and Master Zatoichi, but I'm sure you guys can work things out just fine. I'm confident that you guys, the better heads will prevail. You guys will come to some sort of a mutual understanding, maybe a consignment, maybe, just maybe, you two will become the leaders of the community at large, the next leaders who catch the mythical wand. God help you. May God have mercy on your souls. That's all I have to say. But yeah, I missed 5% of that shit. I was at work, and we got that. I mean, between those hours, I am busy. I'm a busy beaver. Busy. And I just started watching Connie starting to talk there when he hops up on Zat's panel. And then I'm watching like 5 or 6 minutes into it, and then bam! I'm like, the hell? Video unavailable. Like, son of a bitch, he made it private. I just knew it. I knew he was going to do it. That's exactly what happened. So I don't know what went on in that panel. I was filled in on some stuff that did go down, like one thing. So other than that, I really don't know. I know AC was up on there. Billy, were you on there? There was like 6-7 people up in there, up in that mug, and I missed all of it. You guys got to quit going live when I can't sit and watch it. You go first. Either you got two choices: option A or option B. There's no option C. This is non-negotiable, people. Non-negotiable. I will have you say. I will. Anyways, either you go live on my downtime, my work downtime, or preferably you go live when I'm not at work and I'm off. And that's exactly the way it needs to be done from now on. That's it. Honestly, a lot of times when people go live and I'm at work, I just drop a hello and I catch about 5 minutes the whole thing if I'm lucky, and that's all I get. Because by the time my job peak hours are, slowing down and shit, then everybody's done. The lives are all over with. It's one and done. Game over. Game freaking over. Zatoichi reminded me of why I have not done a panel in like 2 months. Just watching like the first, 30 seconds of that. Yeah, doing panels are so much fun, let me tell you. It didn't sound like Zat was having much of a party though. I will say that. At least not from what I could, read. I'm pretty good at reading people. So, but yeah, it really turned into a shit show on there, a daytime shit show. And usually it's the worst show on earth. That's what it goes by. That's the whole motto of the show, right? Right. There's usually nothing going on. It's usually really mundane, comparative to the panelverse type shit. They get into topics, politics. They get into just like global affairs. Just whatever shit like that. You don't really see that kind of stuff. Then again, I called it, and I'm not the only one that called it, but I did call it early on. It's only a matter of time. It's only a matter of time before this. What do you call it? The Old Town Vegas server, aka Vegas Valley, the old one, and B, the Lucy Diamond server. We're just gonna the Lucy Diamond one seems to be really. It seems to be going through a very slow-paced, agonizing, painful death. The other ones seems to be it's a lot more active, at least for the time being. I'm not seeing people in the VCs unless I'm just not in there at the right times. But I've checked it at multiple hours, and day and night. It's like I'm not seeing anyone in there. I got to hear CC Truck 17's voice for the very first time ever because he decided to get up on KK's panel, and I actually got to hear what he sounded like. He actually almost sounded exactly what I thought he would. Almost. I shit you not. I think this dude's a hooser. Number one, he's gonna have some kind of a Midwest kind of a twang to him, his voice, and sure as shit he does. And he just kind of fits the kind of I don't know, persona, the stereotype, the social stigma that I kind of placed upon him, you know? So it's not always easy being cheesy. I mean, you had Rebel out there sitting there saying, oh yeah, you know, this Blues is just some big, fat, gross, disgusting, greasy looking, you know, bum who just splurges on liquor all night long. And then the guy shows himself for the first time with his face covered, and he's like thin as a rail. He actually looks like he's probably around my age. I'm guessing. Am I about right? I'm guessing he's around my age. Right? Sweet so-delicious. So anyways, is Blue Butterfly, is that, I'm going to be nice today. I almost called her a bitch, but listen, I call guys bitches too. Rick Rude's a bitch. Black Rose is definitely, I don't know if that word is righteous for someone of her stature. What do you think, Wabbit? What do you think? Oh my God! I noticed she avoids you like the plague, man. She avoids you like the plague. The last time I caught her ass was on News Now Preston. So maybe knows who he is. He was live like, I don't know, a month or so ago, and she just couldn't take it that I got up on that panel. She could not deal with it. So she had to get up on that panel, and she just could not resist the temptation. She reminded me of Blue Butterfly in the old VCs that I used to get in with her. And her and I would get into it. It's just the same regurgitated UPK sort of agenda with her. It's the same freaking reruns over and over and over again every time with her. It's so predictable every time. It's so boring. Hell, Stella, not to be confused with Stella Vans, but Stella Moon, her and I used to get into it on, YouTube, such as Tonic and Sales. I wish that channel was still around. I mean, there's those old panels, man. Oh my God, some of those were a killer. And so, she used to get on there and she would just scream at the top of her lungs, just try to scream it. She pulled a rada. She pulled a rada on me. So, when Rada would get on panels, it's just like Bedtime Clown back in the heyday. If anybody remembers any of that shit. Bedtime Clown would get on there and crank his microphone up to like 60 over 9. And he would literally be clipping his audio because you can only pump so much audio, so much modulation through StreamYard. It's like YouTube. It's like squeezing audio through a straw. It's very compressed, very flat. It's gotten a little bit better, but not by far. Actually, I don't even think it's gotten a little bit better. Donald Trump's in the house. Shout out to him. So, anyways, yeah, Stella would get on there and just scream at me, and it's fucking A. I mean, get a grip on yourself. I understand that you guys want my autograph out here and shit. But, I mean, good God, y'all. I mean, jeez. Talk about obsession. An obsession these people had. Some of them still do. But Stella would say, I would demand her for receipts for any of the shit she was saying about me, which is all the same regurgitated bullshit everybody else was saying. Nothing new there. She would just say her receipts were in her Discord server. So they were in a Discord server and she didn't have to show them. How convenient. Or just simply take some, take a sock account that's like doxing someone like Hebrew Operating Queen Wasp's channel about going on 3 years ago now, with about 5 or 6 people, that might even be generous, watching Queen Wasp's channel after this dude threw his name out umpteen zillion times, including his inmate number. So some sock account known as Honest Abe.15, which is the name of that channel, gets in the chat and throws this guy's name out. And then all of a sudden that becomes me, because Queen Wasp took some blurry picture of her StreamYard side, not even the YouTube side, and Bedtime Clown blocked it without even clicking the channel link. Well, unbeknownst to them, of course, I had a little I Spy in there. Shout out to the I Spy team, who still, as far as I know, has a wrench on her channel. And they sat there, they once they figured that one out, well, they didn't figure that out exactly, I actually exposed it, that I had a spy of mine, an Abe spy, an anti-Abenayer, very loyal, I'll have you know, anti-Abenayer on my team, who was privy and actually did click that channel link and got it for me. And then these people demanded that I show the proof of that, or it didn't happen. I'm like, well, you can take that and shove it, because you're calling proof a blurry picture of a fucking StreamYard screen showing on someone's laptop in Wasps. So you're gonna call that proof, then I'm gonna call this proof. How do you like them Snapples? And to this day, they have never figured out who that person is, and they're not going to either. Of course, we've since lost Biff Thunder Muffin. I don't know what happened to him. Heard a lot of stories, and I don't know if any of them are true or not. Remember, if it's said on YouTube, it must be true. You got people like Black Rose out there screaming everybody's a freaking liar except for her. So nobody lies but her, and her receipts are all valid. My receipts don't count. Your receipts don't count. Nobody's receipts count but hers. Now here's the thing. If you call somebody a narcissist, you are quasi-complimenting them, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, number one, less than, I think, 0.0004% of the global population has been diagnosed with having that rare form of being just that. Number two, narcissists are linked to being highly intellectual. Did you guys know that? So anytime any of you all here want to call me a narcissist, oh, trust me when I say this, please keep them coming. Please do. Because that is a definite compliment. And I will take that any day of the week, and twice on Sunday, 365, 6 days a year. If it's a leap year, you bet. You bet. So anyways, we've got, is there a raging battle in the chat going on here? I'm missing us. You know, the funny thing is about when you go live, whether you do a panel or you're doing a monologue like this one, a solo monologue that never ends. Well, not hardly, but we'd like to think so. Anyways, is this silly dramas in the house. Basically, there's like two different parallels that are going on in the world today. On YouTube, anyways, on YouTube. And one of them is what's going on in the panel. In this case, I am your only panel, so there's nobody else but me here. So you got that. And the other parallel universe is going to be what's going on in the chat. And I believe they're two equally important parts of it. Okay, now I see what's going on here. There's a sock account that's calling out Wabbit, I do know who that is. I go back far enough. I do know who that is. I am well aware of that channel. What did she do? I'm dying for this one. What did she do? I want to know. There's like 20 people up in here. And a lot of them are just lurking the chat, and they're not going to come in here and talk, and that's fine. Trust me, I am down for this. I am used to this. I am totally used to this. Needn't I remind anyone the reason people started hating me to begin with out here? So there is that. I could definitely dive into that if you guys want again, but that's all right. We've covered that, I think, plenty of times. That's a valid point. I'm going to have to take Wabbit's side on that one. I've seen a picture of half, anyway. Although we've got John Henzo II out there who's reconstructed the other half of that face in multiple videos. That guy really had a feast once she started privacy reporting our content. She did that to him, and she did it to me for reposting that half image of supposedly her. And I don't know why, because that was already put on YouTube prior anyway. I mean, are you ashamed of what you look like? This bitch had no problem putting up our pictures as her avatar, and still does when she gets on, like, the only place that I know of that she really hangs out on that's a safe zone for her. Well, there's a couple of them, but one of them's Lisa B's, definitely. She's the one who's reconstructed that entire channel into being Lady Di content all day, every day, and night, too. And most people are just not into that. They're not down with that. I mean, most people don't care. But this is what she does. This is what she did with your channel, too. Didn't she, Wabbit? I believe that's exactly what she did to your channel. She was out for blood with News Now Preston. She called the FBI on him. She tried to nuke Lisa B's channel when they had a fallout by copyright striking it multiple times. Subsequently, I think it was ASMR took down one of them. I think he did. Lisa made a big mistake, and she made him an admin. She gave him complete control of her StreamYard is what she did. Oops. And I remember some of the shit show people going up there trying to get her and other people too, but a couple of people there from the shit show getting up on her panel and saying, what are you nuts? What are you out of your mind? And say, what are you doing giving this guy, you don't give a mouse a key to the cheese factory and expect things to be all there in place the next morning. You just don't do that. Anyways. Yes, that is correct. She did because she was out for blood with Preston at the time. Now she's buds with him, and hey, I mean, again, I don't gatekeep out here. You know me. You go on and be friends with whoever you want to be friends with, and that's going to be one of Rebel's pitfalls out here, among the many, is the fact that he tries to gatekeep and control who can be friends with who. I don't give a shit. How does this affect my life in any way, shape, or form? It doesn't. It just doesn't. There's people that I don't particularly take a liking for, and I have my very own reasons for not doing it. Now, whoever is behind that silly drama channel, why don't you come on your regular account? Hell, I'll even give you a wrench. I mean, if you're gonna talk at somebody and get at them, fine, do it. I'm not gonna silence your voice. But the thing about it is you're in a sock account. Use your regular account. Oh, God damn. Anyways, blasphemy. I'm struck me lying twice. At least it's not Sunday. I didn't say that on Sunday, or get Sabbath Saturday either. So there's that. Now, got 23 people in the house. Does anybody out there have any theories on why is Connie getting on so many panels lately? Why is that? Who is Doc Pepper dash lowercase t, the number 5, the lowercase letter O. You just described the entire community, the entire thing, the whole damn thing. When you just made that statement of yours, that when you said same old BS this morning, and those are my initials, by the way, so okay. Are you one to get on every channel and say that, or just here? Just curious. Just curious. Sounds like a UPK type of kind of a slogan there, or an agenda. Your main account was shut down by UPK. I am sure it was not. UPK can't shut down shit. They're the ones who got their cousin's server nuked back in old 21, and we all know what happened there, right? I think we do. That was their shared server with the rest of the community at large. The UPKC server, it's gone. They couldn't even keep couldn't even keep their house in order in Discord then. So I really don't think they're nuking anything on YouTube, and that's really, as far as I know, not their style. Now, interestingly enough, the Tyrant Wars channel initially used to advertise and tell their members and supporters not to take channels down, so because it erases all of their ammo, their stream sniping and clipping and all that shit. But then later on, they started to try to do just that. They tried to take my channel down. It didn't work. It didn't work for them. I couldn't tell you how many privacy complaints, copyrights. They gave me, I think I got 3 copyrights out of them, but it was across multiple channels. I don't think they were anticipating that with me, right? AC came in here and Abe ... You're supposed to drop I. Your infamous eyes are supposed to be in my chat. So there's that. I've heard a lot of the accounts that are harassing Sixbang and Warada. Did anybody else hear that? I mean, I wouldn't put it past it to them. Yes, we are. I'm using them as a simile to the key topic of discussion. You're nuking channels and stuff. I don't. UPK is not known, as far as I know, to nuke channels. And whoever you are, Mr. Silly Drama, obviously you're somebody who's been out here a while, long enough to know what the hell I'm talking about anyway, to begin with. Tyrant Wars channel's been virtually dead for almost 2 years. I had heard that. That's just through the grapevine. I mean, Rebel City's notorious for making sock accounts. Notorious. But he has been a real hellraiser here lately, hasn't he? He's really been jumping on any and every panel he can possibly fathom. And I don't know. There's some guarantee, there is some sinister hidden type of agenda with him and everyone out here. He's got some. There's more to this than meets the eye. It's not just him getting on panels, trying to seek urban justice in his mind at everybody out here and cursed the community, cursed it, and wishing us all to go to hell. Now, I will say this. He did get something wrong when he went live last night on his own channel there for like a little bit, like a half an hour or something like that. Well, he mentioned that that people are. He was describing atheists, and which atheists, to my knowledge, don't believe in anything as far as like this is what we have in this life, and when it ends, that's it. It's one and done. It's over. There's nothing beyond it. So you can't quite make the comparison that like people that don't believe in God or Satan, or people that you're saying that would not believe or even believe that they or anybody else is going to go to hell. So I'm sorry. Excuse me. I don't recollect anybody that was an atheist believing in Satan anyway. They don't. I know a handful of atheists. I know probably 3 or 4 of them. I've gotten all. I've worked with them, worked for them, and they have a strong belief in not believing in anything at all. As far as what happens after this life, they believe that when our time comes, then that's it. We cease to exist. In other words, there is no anything that lives on, not our subconscious, or there's no soul. So, anyways, just saying. I have no idea if Six Banga is a military veteran or not. He could be. He might be. He might not be. I have no idea. I cannot speak to that. But I still have not pieced that one together. Is anybody else on why Connie was so hell bent on going at Six Banga and the sock accounts, which were either him, but I don't think those sock accounts were him. The way they were talking in the chat. It could be. It's possible. Listen. I'm not a freaking typing a forensic typist. Okay, that's even a thing. So obviously there is people that study like behavioral patterns of people who write and how they communicate in like text, but I'm not one of them. So I have, oh wait, scratch that. I have life experience credit here. Just like I'm a life experience psychiatrist, because I know a retired psychiatrist who had his own practice, very successful for a lot of years at what he did, very good at what he did. And my family's known him for a very long time. And so that right there, that alone, without even having taken intro to psychology in college, probably about 26 years ago, before 9/11, just around the corner. Hard to believe it's almost the 25th anniversary of that thing, the whole tragedy that happened. But anyways, hey D Johns, what's in the house? With 2804 Bandit is in here. Also, adjust your focus, AYF. So anyways, I'll get Stone Vet to check out his claim. Well, you'd have to know who he is first. And it's not that hard to do on your own anyway, if you know what you're doing. If it's really that vital to you. I don't care. I personally, I don't. If somebody comes on here and says that they're a vet, I tend to take people for face value. I tend to to give the benefit of a doubt, and that's kind of their business. And if they're not okay, and it gets outed later on, then they just kind of get put into the hall of shame, right? Not fame for that, and they will get ridiculed for it by, I'm sure, at least a handful of people out here that are. It's not stolen valor in the context that people use it out here. No, to do that, there's a very clear defined definition of actual like legal stolen valor. It's actually a crime. But so the context is like any other buzzword out here is not being used properly. You would definitely call somebody like that. I'm not talking about Six Banga in this case. Just let's say Huckleberry, for example. Okay, Huckleberry. There's somebody who enlisted in the Minnesota National Guard, never went in. There you go. That's a perfect example of somebody who claims victory laps in the military Daytona 500 or the Indy. The Indy. I've been there. Man, God, is it loud. Gotta have earplugs in that one. But point being is, it's a stolen vet is when you're like financially gaining or you're getting some kind of benefit that you're off of doing it. Like, for example, a military discount. That would be a prime example of that. Using it to purchase a car or something where they throw a big discount at you to get some kind of privileges. Or let's say you try to fake it and to get into a VFW, or the VA, anything related to the VA. At all, anything like that at all, where that would constitute stolen valor. Yes, just getting it on the internet and blasting it out there if you're not one is not stolen valor. No, it is not in the legal definition. I'm not a lawyer either, so don't take it for I'm not. But it is definitely noteworthy to say that is somebody who's going to go down the Hall of Shame, and they'll do the Walk of Shame, and they'll be forever branded somebody who who stole, or somebody who claimed honors that they didn't earn and were not entitled to be called to have. So anyways, what else is going on out there? Anything at all? Anything, everybody? It's been about 45 minutes into this live stream. I'm going to do a panel one of these days. When I saw Zat's panel last night, I just said, I have to do this. I have to do a panel. Go live and reel them in from miles around, continents around, and let's just carry on round 800,888 to the 8th power all over again. Let's do it on my channel this time. It'll be fun. Can't wait. I'm gonna lose sleep over this shit. I still do not. I have not figured out why. And I'm starting to lean on this silly drama account as being some of the other ones that have targeted Six Bang. Is that you, Rebel? Is that you? It could be. I don't know if it is or not. But anyways, I don't get the whole Six Banga thing. He's this. I've known of him, I would say, not like personally, for 4 years, something like that. He's not like a big panel kind of guy. He comes on. He's not afraid to get on a panel, right, Crafty Cat? But he's just not like a regular on panels. But then again, I am not someone who's a panel whore. I don't get on panels very often. People didn't believe me when I said this year alone, I've probably only gotten on like 3 panels, and that's being gracious, that I actually stuck around and hung out for the show for. That's it. That is it. Unless you count the times I got on a channel here and there for a couple of minutes, I don't count that. You can if you wanna. But I just don't do a lot of panels. And I have just sort of, I don't know why, I'm flattered at it, become the center of attention of a lot of stuff out here, and I didn't even ask for it. So why? I have no idea. I'm kind of more of a sideshow or a sideliner out here compared to the rest of these people. Right, One Stop? Yeah, Six Bang, I don't get it. Does anybody have any? We've got 25 people in here right now, and I'm sure the UPK server is smoking right now, because one of those 25 is restreaming me in there, no doubt. But I'll bet you. I'll bet you that's Connie. Is that Rebel? Is that you? Is that you? Well, they come on. I'll bet that is him. I'll bet that is. He is like lightning, man, everywhere lately. Anyway, I'm still trying to piece that one together. If someone's not slipping him some money under the rug there, under the table, to get on panels and do this, what is his MO? What is his modus operandi? Why is he... Well, I don't get it. He has never, in the history since I have known him, done this sort of thing. No, he's always shied away from getting on anyone's shows, anyone's panels. And not to say that he's not gotten on them. I've seen him even get on a shit show or two. But only a couple of them. Only a couple of them. In the whole time I've even known who he is. In the last 4 years. But man, I'm telling you, you do a live stream and he don't care. He's right there. He is right up on it. I guarantee you, if I was to fire up a live stream right here, right now, and do a panel, what do you think the odds are he would come up? What do you think if I drop the link? I guarantee you he'll do it. But he's so quick to block everybody. Good God, y'all. Bitching about not getting many likes on your channel because you guys all blocked on there. You guys blocked. We can't interact with your channel at all because you guys blocked. So there is that. No, those two are definitely do not get along. That I know for a fact. I don't talk to her very often. In fact, it's been quite a while. But the last time I did, I know that those two are definitely at extreme odds. Definitely. Robert Evans in the house. What do you think about that, Robert? What's your insight? I'd like to hear from you, D. Johns. Any of y'all. Crafty Cat. Hey, well, come on, don't be bashful. There's 27 people in the house right now. Come on, let's do this. No, I don't think you're blocked either. There, for whatever reason, there's certain people he will not block, and others that he will block on sight. I don't know why. If there's a rhythm, rhyme, or reason to this, I'm sure there is, in his own demented mind of his. But yeah, somebody wired him some money to try to get me to call him like emperor or some shit like that on his panel. He already dropped me like a dozen times anyway, because he doesn't have anyone to lean on that he can reel into his panel, see, like Hebrew Operator used to do. And I called him out just the other day for that, and he didn't have nothing to say because he knows it's true. I used to get up on Hebrew Hammer Operator's panel, and I'd known him since, God, day one. I knew him before anyone on here. Him and I were great friends for a very long time. And, oh, that's fine. We're trying to figure out why, well, I'll get that in a minute. But I don't lose track of what I was talking about here. I'll return to that. But, so I would get on Heber's panels, even as recent as last year, even. And he would always go get Rick Crude, or he would find someone that, can get him on there. He would bring in Poon, who's now no longer with us. That guy was a piece of shit, absolute piece of shit. I do not wish the Grim Reaper on anybody. Shout out to the Grim Reaper Network. That's a TV. That's a YouTube. Hello, yeah, it's on cable TV. That is a YouTube channel. It's really seriously dating. When you hear people say, "Are you taping? Are you taping this?" That goes way back to the old camcorder era. But Zero, you make your rounds. You're hanging out on these weird, I'd say weird, but these different channels. There's that, what is it called? 420. What the fuck is it? 420 smoking or whatever the hell it is. And they go live every single night. It's almost like the People's Podcast. Remember Eli, his old channel? That was around the time that channel started up when that Jamie was taking him to. No, he was getting taken. It was an RO, wasn't it? That Eli was trying to get against Jamie. I better clarify that. I'm talking about Lichen Theory or Lichen Snark, the other Jamie, not the Spit Cup Jamie. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Friction between those two. Yeah, those ones. So, anyways, we're trying to figure out what is driving him, Connie Rebel City, to get on every single panel that he can find, all day long, all night long. This guy's got it. He looks like a zombie. He's got to have some severe insomnia going on, not getting any sleep at all. There's my misdiagnosis of the day. I mean, quite literally, he gets on every single show, every channel, every time. And I'm not sure why that is. I have never known him to do this. I've known him for 4 years now, and I never like it would be to get him on your panel even was like literally pulling teeth. It was extremely challenging. It was and I was always up for the challenge to even try to get him to get on your channel. And when he did, he only stayed for so long, and then he would be gone. I mean, perhaps for donos, or I don't. There was times I'm sure he generally just wanted to hang out. Sure. I mean, I'm not going to put a twist on this. All right, I'm not going to put a twist. I'm going to be transparent on this one. Even though no such thing as transparency exists on here anyway, to begin with. But there's some reason Maybe it is. I'm sure it's part of that. He's in the grieving stage of like anger, where he's blaming everybody else for it. I mean, I'm sure that's part of it. That's a very good hypothesis you have there. I would definitely concur with that. I think there's other things also at stake. We can't forget 0151. But yes, that is true. But we're trying to piece together why it is that he is getting on every single panel. Every panel. He won't hesitate to click that link and get on a shit show. Would he get on Golden Boy's channel? Would he get on his channel? Not to be confused with Global Reporter, who for some reason, I always thought he was called Golden Reporter. The other guy. Well, is it even a guy or is it a gal? I don't know. Or is it it? I've never heard Golden, there I go again, Global Reporter. We've certainly heard Golden Boy Reporter get on plenty of panels. That used to be the primary hotspot back in the day, right? Next to Drama Dome, and shout out. This is gonna be hard to do, but I'm gonna have to do this. So you can hate me later. I mean, who doesn't out here, right? I'm just saying. But I mean, hey, Tyrant Bird out there on his old channel uploaded a 4-hour tonic and sales live stream from what was this, 2020 or something? It was a long time ago, and I you know who's up on that panel? Clockwork Rex, the guy that ASMR and everybody was annoying the living dog shit out of because they were trying to put together a like YouTube profile of me, and they flocked over to this guy's channel to try to get whatever kind of dirt they could, which is nothing. And if anyone knows anything about Clockwork Rex, he's part of the atheist community. I know that. He is a follower of like 1A stuff, anti-cop stuff. He used to play a lot of beats on his channel, and then he would get his videos taken down because of copyrights from playing rock and roll and too much modern stuff. And then you do it long enough and you hit the right song, man, they're gonna get you. They got sniffers out there, man. They got sniffers. But I remember all of that. I remember Clockwork Rex contacting me. I mean, he left me a message on my community tab, which is unheard of, okay, asking me to get these people to fuck off of his channel and to basically fuck off and leave him alone. I remember that. I do. So he has a small, tight-knit crowd, a community he hangs with. Salty Rand is one of them. He used to hang out with Dragon Classy Drama Tart. I mean, Diamond Art. The one who had a crush on COVIDs initially, and then Hebrew Hammer Operator, and then what's his name from Canada? Greiker. Has anybody seen him around lately? Greiker used to get in COVIDs once in a while. I remember that. Zero, do you have any idea who I'm even talking about here? Half these people? I'm just curious. Probably don't. But anyways, a lot of people don't. So, but I had to call you out because you're here. But again, am I lying here? Am I wrong on this? I don't think so. Go ask Black Rose 21843. Maybe dyslexic, but those are numbers I have engraved. If it's not, when I actually did work at that campus police department, when I would constantly get heckled for my actual number, I have 21843 memorized as more than my actual number, which was 11981. 21843. Say it's got 5 digits, and I, for some unbeknownst to me reason, remember that number, just like I do hers. That's messed up, but that's what it is. Oh, TOS, what's happening? What's going on? What's new? Oh, about Tyrant Bird. I was gonna give him credit, as much of a POS as he is. I was gonna give him some credit. Oops, you already had one. Hang on, I gotta fix that again. All right, it didn't show up on my end. All right, we'll fix that problem. But anyways, so what was I saying? So anyways, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. On Brett's channel last night, played a clip of the Brad. Does anybody remember the music Brad from Australia? I don't know what it is. People from Australia, I love them to death. Now Aussie Amanda sure don't love me. She blocks me on site. She's been doing that for, oh God, at least over a year and a half or so now. But yeah, she's always account blockers. Let me catch up on the chat. Tyrant Bird. But anyways, Brad, okay, yeah, we were talking about Tyrant Bird. No, I was just giving him a shout out because he uploaded that 4-hour live stream on the old Talk and Sales channel, and we got to see all these people on there. There's like 10 of them. He consistently maintained 8 people on that panel the entire 4 hours that thing went for. I mean, that takes work. That takes work. Let me tell you. I don't know why. I still to this day do not know why on God's earth he did that. I don't know if that was supposed to be like a gotcha moment, a jab at him. But it had a complete opposite effect. And I actually hit him in a community tab and said, dude, keep him coming, man. How many more of those you got on that guy's old channel and shit from those old 5-6-year-old panels, man? Keep them coming. Come on, keep coming. And he didn't do it. He did not do it. He only uploaded the one and nothing more. And I sat and watched every single minute of that whole thing. Some OG-ers out there. OG-ers. Like original gangstas. What is my Cash App? I do have Cash App. Why do you want to give me money? Just curious. I used to have you in Discord, Zero, but yeah, give me how much? Give me another. Was it $100 or two? How much might you give that long board? Well, it's a cruiser board. I mean, I dropped like $86 or something on it myself. Made a hell of a board, but yeah, let's go. Let's relive. Let's relive those moments like all over again. Let's do it. What do you say? Let's hit it, Zero. But that's very generous. It's very kind of you. So. Oh wait, I'm a little dyslexic here. It wasn't Zero saying that. It's you, Robert. You're the one saying that. Well, you know, Robert, I appreciate that. And you can like me, and you don't have to send me any money. You don't have to send me a dime. But I appreciate that. I thought Zero was talking to me. See, that's because the whole thing. Well, Zero, are you talking to me? So Zero's on. Zero and I have had this love-hate relationship. You know, it's like give a little, take a little, more like take a little. And I don't know if it's people talking shit to him about me, if it's, I have no idea. I mean, what else is new? Who doesn't talk shit about me on the internet? I mean, look, like when the Discord servers were just smoking a couple of years ago, just smoking on fire, people are talking shit about me all day long in those damn things, all day long. And I would love to get some of the memes. I would love to get some of the memes. I don't even know what my Cash App is, Robert. I don't have a clue what it is. Otherwise, I would tell you. But the thing about that is I'm not a monetized. I could monetize this channel right now. I mean, I got over 6,000 watch hours this year alone. I've surpassed the the 3,000 or 4,000 watch hours in 1 year to monetize, and I just haven't done it. Discord is evil. I totally agree with you, dude. But anyway, Zero, I'm sure you'll get over it, and I'm sure you'll be on a panel as soon as I do one, which won't be for a while because I got to work the next 3 days. So there is that. But anyways, I once I seen Zatoichi's panel last night for like all of 6 minutes, when the heat really got on and started, I said, dude, I said, I cannot wait to go live myself and just bring all that shit onto my channel. Now I'll guarantee you, I don't want to sound too cocky here, okay? I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but I kind of do on this one. If I do a panel, and even just a couple of us show up, what do you think the odds? What do you think the odds that one Rebel City, aka Connie, is going to come up on? Is going to take a link and try? Guarantee. I know you know damn well I'm going to put a wall up on that shit. You know, I'm going to put up a wall, and that wall will be up from the minute I go live. Well, after I play the intro, the whole time, the whole entire time. That wall ain't coming down for nothing, for no one, for no reason at all, none whatsoever, none. But anyways, what was I going to say? You know, it is what it is. But anyways, yeah, I mean, what do you think the odds that he's going to take a link and get up on that when I get up on my panel? I won't pull the same dirty, rotten tricks on him that he pulls on me. See, where he keeps dropping me, throwing me backstage. See, what he's trying to do is he tries so hard. Well, there you go. Billy dropped. Is that your Cash App, Billy? Right there? Oh, that's Abe's Cash App. There you go. Here, I'm going to pin that for you. Pin it. Pink. There you go. Poke the bear. So anyways, what was I going to say? Shit. That's a good one, too. I'm going to get off here. Now I got like 30 people in here. See, I told you guys, there is a Goldilocks time slot that has gone so ever underused. It's this one. Willie, are you going to go live for us? Somebody go live so I can end this thing and put this stream out of its misery. I'm going to drag it out back and just do what I got to do like Old Yeller. And you know what I'm talking about. I'll drag it out back. Now, Zatoichi, I would want to know, that looked to me like a very expensive, was that one of those airsoft pellet guns? I'm just curious. I got a screenshot. That's all I got. I didn't actually get to see what went down. I could only imagine, and I got a little bit of a lowdown on that one. But it ain't easy being cheesy. I know I gotta do that right. Hang on. It ain't easy being cheesy. I'm doing a bare bones live stream. This is as basic as it gets on YouTube Mobile Live, and there's 30 people in here. Why on God's earth are you here? Anyways, listen, I appreciate y'all, but I still do not know. I have not come to my own conclusions on why he is doing this. Why is he doing? What does he seek from each and every one of us? You know he's out there. Everybody, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's get 30 likes in there. Rotate your alt accounts, please. I said please. Get up on in here and show me some love. Slip me some skin, man. Come on now. Hit it. He seems I think One Stop is onto something there, because that was my main like conclusion on that. I mean, well, not really conclusion, but that is my my theory so far, is somebody is wiring him donos to go on panels and just start fucking with people and start trying to shred the panels apart. That's what I believe. Is it UPK? Rod is in UPK. He'll deny it, but he's in it. Sure, he's in it. Any fool can see that. I pity the fool. But I do believe that, yes, that somebody who's got it in for every I wouldn't put it past a dude like GD, who's also one of the grand poobahs of said organization known as Unpopular Kids. But I do believe that, yes, and the thing about this is, and look, we all need to stop, collaborate, and listen together. We got to do this productively, retrospectively, as a team. I'm gonna be. Who wants to be the project manager? One Stop is gonna be our project manager. So we're gonna all of our work is gonna coordinate through him, and Crafty Cat and Robert Redmond, all three of them. You got who's gonna be the project manager, who's gonna be the assistant one. You guys tell me. We got to figure this thing out. We got to figure this out. But what I'm driving at here is, hang on a second here. What I'm driving at here is, like, we need to figure out why did he start lashing out of all people on here? All he does is name drop 5 people. He doesn't even mention me hardly at all anymore. Almost never. But he will always name drop AC, Brett, and Tonic, Golden Boy. Those are the top 3 tier people that he will name drop every single time he goes live, at least 15 times. The other 2 he name drops, one of them's in my chat right now as we speak, is going to be Ville, Senior Sit, Zen Hobo Ralph, and another guy known as Blues, Eternal Live, Blues, Eternal, the number 2. So there's 5 people that he name drops every single time that he goes live. Every time. Every time. And it's a guaranteed. He will on rare occasion name drop me, and I will absolutely clip the shit out of those if I can get around to him. And I'll put him up in video shorts. He was pretty funny though. I'll give him that when he mentioned how robust Rick Crude is. No matter how many body parts fall off of that dude, he still keeps he still keeps going, man. He still keeps living on. So either he's doing all the right things, all the right things for the wrong reasons, or the opposite. The wrong things for the right reasons that just keeps him afloat, keeps him going and going and going. Like an indestructible, intrinsic, robust Rick Crude. Now he did name drop him just a little bit. He does once in a while. He'll name drop once in a great while, but not like he does them 5 names. Not like he does them 5 names. Yeah, that's what it is. So, like I say, I got up on his panel again, and he just kept dropping me. I knew he was going to do that over and over and over. And the only reason he drops me is because he has nobody else to lean on. It would seem that he can reel in to get on his panel to go at me. First it was Rada, then it was Bird and Stuff. That's about it. Polly Crispy's not going to get up on anybody, and he didn't even, I don't think he even tries. All he cares about is bringing people on his panel. He's very similar to, he's much smarter at it though, I'll give him this much, than some of the people from my old side, of reeling in on his channel, and like setting a stage at, like the platform for them to get on and start fighting and shit. That's what he's good at. I mean, I don't think he is, but if there's any kind of a hidden trait or talent, I guess, if you will, is to try to reel people against his panel under false pretenses. 9 times out of 10, it'll come off as Mr. Innocent, and Mr. Neutral, and it's totally the opposite. Completely opposite. So, caveat emptor, word to the wise. Why are we talking about Huck? Do you think Huck's giving him money to get on here and go at everybody on her behalf? Is that what y'all think? Is that what's going on? I mean, that psycho bitch could, but I heard some things about her, but I have not verified any of it. I just don't care. I'm not that invested in this shit. What I'd heard was Mr. Box Truck there, Andy, ditched her to the curb and recycled her. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but what the hell? She told all kinds of fucked up foul shit on me, and I can do it right back to her, right? Pardon my French, but don't. So there you go. What's good for thee is good for me, right, guys? Yeah. You should be blushing. He name drops you every single day. And every time that you go live, just like the shit show, Brett, unless he drops a link, it's hard to get on. Unless you got keys, don't have them. Jamie, Spit Cup, same thing. But he knows he doesn't stand a chance on there. But he'll get on a shit show, and he'll get on Villas, he'll get on Blues, he'll get on Zatoichi's, he'll get on any freaking panel, Vegas Valley. He'll get on any freaking panel that he can get on and start blasting everybody that he's mad at, and try to go at like everybody that he's mad at on the panel, preferably on the panel in person. So yes, real dose. What's good? Yeah, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Damn straight. And Zatoichi, if you are listening out there, dude, man, don't take shit from nobody out here. Don't take that kind of shit. Anybody tries to sit there and crack the bullwhip on you and dictate to you, well, you know, that you can or can't say this, well, then just do it anyway. If you try to make people mad, there's no better way to do it than that. So just saying. Now, well, no, whatever. I don't even. I'm not talking about what you and him there, Billy. I got kind of an idea. Something happened on Silver Diamonds, and that's all I know. He said something. I don't even know what he said to you or about you. But you fired back. You went live, and you certainly got his attention, and that's the way to do it. That's how you do it. Right? Exactly. So, good job. You know, you definitely got that dude's attention. I think better heads will prevail. I think that you two are going to become I can see some true definite magical wands, magician's wands being handed out to you guys, to you two. I got them on reserve. I gave one to AC a long time ago against his will. And I never heard the end of that one if he's still out there. Now it's just a rolling joke. But anyways, that's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it. And that is to their credit. See, both of them, Zat and Ville. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I compare what these two just got into, what happened between them, whatever it is or is to be. But both of them went live. Both of them brought each other up on each other's panels. Nope. And what I'm trying to tell you here is that whatever the fuck he did that irritated you or whatever, I don't even know what he did. You can go live. Y'all know I'm trying to coax him into going live so you can talk about this. So don't let him on. Don't let him on. But you got to understand, the people that used to talk mad shit about me and say fucked up foul shit about me would go live and they would shadow box me so I couldn't even get on. So that how much fun is that? There's nothing better than when you're talking shit about somebody than to have the person you're talking shit about right there on the panel, front and center, you know, in the spotlight right there with you, so you can sit there and thunder away. You can try to hammer it out or just curse it out, whatever, or both, whatever it is you're gonna do, you're gonna do. So that's the only comparison I'm making with you guys, is the fact that you guys don't do that. Not that I've seen from either of you guys. You don't sit there and block each other off each other's channels because you're too afraid to face each other. Because you're not, either one of you two are afraid to face each other. I don't think. But it's just my observation, and comparing it to all the people that talk shit about me, ran their mouths about me for years and years on here, and would block me off of their channels. They block me on site. So they wouldn't let me get on their panels. They wouldn't let me use their chats. Is Bedtime Clown out there? He's one of them. He is one of them. And I know for a fact, because I said I know for a fact, it's a fact, that he cringes every time I say it, because he knows it's true. It absolutely is true. In fact, it was Voodoo Queen, his other half there, who came out and fessed up that she's the one that blocked me on his channel. So I couldn't respond. So, you know, that went on for years out here with me, and that was on my side of YouTube mostly. But reintroducing, you know where I came with that term iced out from? Do you know where I came with it? That iced out came from the movie, what was the movie, The Iceman, Eddie Murphy, Beverly Hills Cop. Beverly Hills Cop. That's where I got that from. That's exactly, the Iceman. And then I'm like, iced out. Yes, yes, and yes, some more. And as soon as I dropped that in the lustrous community at large, it spread like a freaking wildfire, man. I loved it. I loved every minute of it. People were like, damn you, Abe, damn, now Connie won't stop using that word over and over again. And I don't care what that little twat says, he was not iced out of shit. He was, from all these different channels that I was blocked off of for like freaking years, for at least 2 years, or more, actually more and longer than that, he was not blocked from any of them channels. None of them. Not one of them. I mean, not even Rick Crude, who was saying deplorable things about people's kids and doing horrible things to them too. Yes, Rick Crude, abso-frickin-lutely, he's disgusting, just foul, just absolute piece of human garbage that exists on the face of the earth. And yes, he is too at that. And you know, peg leg, yes, you're the one who coined that term yourself. You did. Crafty Cat came up with peg leg, and it stuck. There's six bang for you. People were asking if you're a veteran. I don't know if you're a veteran or not. Maybe you are, maybe you aren't. I mean, that's, you don't have to say. But good morning anyway. Anyways, I still have not pieced together. We were talking about you earlier. I thought you might want to know. And I was trying to figure out why in the hell Connie and the stock accounts, which are probably his. I had heard through the grapevine, however, that they were Rada's. They were going at other people too. They went after Darlene McGee and Cat Gun Slim. They went after me. They were talking shit about a lot of us out here, but Six Banga, you were like the numero uno on that one, and I still have not pieced that one together and figured that one out. Maybe there's nothing to figure out. Maybe it's a lot more simplistic than I'm like making it out to be. You know what I mean? What do you guys think? Any ideas? Any ideas? Well, I'm gonna go live tomorrow, and I'm gonna go live on one of my other channels. Oh shit, there is no Nightbot on here, is there? So I'm gonna go live on my 2-point channel, and we'll see how many people find me there. How many people are gonna find me over there? Are you gonna come over and hang out with me? Maybe I'll do a panel, and it'll sound like R2D2 half the way home. It's gonna sound like. Did anybody hear what Abe just said? Oh shit, he's using StreamYard on a spotty mobile network because a quarter plus of my drive on the way home is out in the sticks, man. It's out in the countryside. Keep Manhattan, just give me that countryside. Anybody remember where that was from? Anyways, Did it, did it, did it, did it, did it, did it, did it. So anyways, where are we at here? Nightbot is running in the chat. I don't think it is it? I haven't seen it. Oh, it is. There, that channel right there. Thanks, Crafty Cat. That channel. I'm going to go live on that channel maybe tomorrow. Maybe. If not tomorrow, maybe the next day. I'll go live one of these next couple days on that channel. And you aren't going to want to miss it. Listen, be there. So anyways, that was the old theme for the Metro Center back in not my hometown. Rockford, Illinois is not my hometown. Does anybody know what my hometown is out here? It's not Rockford. No, it's not. I mean, it's where I spent a good portion of my life at, yes. But it's not my hometown. No, it's not. But, you know, who wants $10? Tell me what my hometown is. We'll do Abe trivia this morning. But anyways, Six Bang, you ought to host a panel. That would be great. That would be so awesome. I know you've gone live before, but kind of like this, I think, using like, have you done panels? But anyways, it is just a bunch of more bullshit. That's all it is out here. But yeah, Rebel, he doesn't really give me a lot of attention. I feel left out. He talks just a little bit about me here and there, but it's very spotty. There was one time that he was talking nothing. He would non-stop talk about me. And I think he was copycatting Terrytopia 10.0, who started, I don't know what my Cash App is, Robert. I don't have a clue. I don't even know what it is. I'll tell you what, if it appeases the tribal court, I'll go find out what it is and I'll put it on my community tab on my other channel. So I just don't advertise out here my stuff. I don't know what it is. I really have no clue. I have like 3 like Cash App accounts because I forget what the password and shit is to them, and then I make new ones. Luckily I've retained this more recent one, but I just don't, you know, I usually send money rather than receive it, is what I'm trying to get at here. You know what I mean? That's what I do mostly. I don't advertise. I just don't advertise out here much. I caught hell for about 2 years out here over the whole 0151 skateboard project dono that he made. Remember that? He was the only one that donated. You know what? All these people that got jealous, and you know that's all it was, jealousy, were bitching me out over that whole thing. I mean, there wasn't one red cent that went to even buying so much as a gumball out of a gumball dispenser machine anywhere or anything. I mean, every red penny cent of that went to that longboard project. I had never constructed one of these things in my entire life. It was a lot easier than I thought it was, with the help of instruction of others. I'm thinking of a species of the canine that lives predominantly in the wild, that has usually it's orange with like black sock feet and fangs, sharp teeth, mind you, and a big puffy tail. I'm thinking of what animal is that? But anyways, I'm like, well then, you know something? If Zero's donated like what he actually did towards that project, and we all broke down all that shit, and even the month. No, not a wolf. Next guess. Wolf a wolf. I would love to have nothing. I would love to have a wolf dog. For fuck's sake, a fox. Yes, but there is actually an emoji for a fox, not a wolf. There's both. But here's somebody help me out here on this one. Why is there a emoji for them two creatures, those animals of the wild? Call the Wild. Remember that book? I remember having to read that in school. Do a book report on that shit. But why isn't there a raccoon? Did you guys notice that? There is no raccoon emoji. It doesn't exist. Why is that? Does anyone have any idea why that is? The fox are hunted. Yes, they are. That is correct. They're, they go after prey, but then they can become prey themselves too. And that is absolutely correct. Let's see here. I think silly drama is Connie. I do. The way they're typing in the chat, I believe it's them. I cannot find the raccoon emoji. Can you help me out here with that one? Can you help me out? I'm pretty sure my phone's up to date. I don't have it on here. So I've got a wolf, I got a fox, and I don't have I do not have a raccoon. I can't find it. There's a beaver on there. Yeah, there's a beaver. There's no raccoon. Is that a raccoon? I thought that was like a armadillo. Isn't that what that is? Or a possum? Is that a raccoon? Or is it? Oh no! Or is that a rat? There's like a rat. There's a mouse. There's a rat. And is that the rat one? They don't look like no raccoon. They don't look like no raccoon. Not on my phone. It don't look like a raccoon. Why can't we have a raccoon face? We got a face of a fox. We got us a face of a wolf, but we don't have that. What the hell, people? Why are we being prejudiced? Fox Mulder's in the house. What's happening, man? The truth is out there. The truth is in there. The truth is everywhere. Anyways, no, yes, nobody's doing that. Nobody out here would do that. Nobody out here would do that. I'm sorry. But I honestly think he's just using it as a reason to try to lash out at the community. I really do. That's a unicorn. I know what that one is. Well, I made a very special account for that one for somebody out there. But yes, that was back when our actual channel names would show up in the chat, not the hashtag thing. And even if you had crazy fonts and emojis in there, yeah, that. Now it really don't matter what your channel's called now, because it's the hashtag that counts, not your channel name. So there is that. Play Leapfrog with the unicorn. I remember playing Frogger. I mean, Atari. I remember playing Frogger. I do. Man, we still got 20. Why is there 20 people up in the house here, man? Am I that entertaining? I guess I am, aren't I? Oh, come on now. But anyways, no, I do believe that sock account is his. And I don't have to prove it. I don't have to prove it. He has said some real foul shit about me. Yes, he has. And yes. But the fact that he kept dropping me on his panel. Oh, 28 now? Good. I got a reason to end this thing. Is Willie out there? Who's going to go live? Who's going to go live? If you're going to go live, drop the link in the chat here. But at least, like I say, look, I mean, if you're at odds with somebody on here or just all-out war, just don't block them off your channel. Don't block them off your channel unless they're doxing and that. I mean, other than that, I mean, I like to give them a rope and let them, tie it around them. The tug of war. I like to play tug of war, and you basically, let them fall on themselves. To themselves. So anyways, well, yes. Talked about what, because nobody's been talking shit about you, not my chat. The only thing is somebody was wondering if you were a military vet or not, and they, for whatever reason, maybe they thought I knew. I don't even remember who it was, and I think it was that sock account. It was that sock account. That's who did it, and I don't know if you are or not. Maybe you are, maybe you're not. But anyways, Other than that, I think that is Rebel's stock account. I could be wrong on that, but I'm never wrong. You know me. You all know me. I am never wrong. So, anyways, I thought maybe we'll do a panel, but it'll be like 3 days out, at least 3 days out, because I have to work the next 3 days. Who's Masco's unicorn? I'm tired, and you're making me think here. I'm yawning about a panel. Oh, you block all his accounts? Well, that's probably one of them right there. It's just a hunch, just a guess. But as far as Six Bang goes, I don't know why Connie was going at him so hard. The only thing that I could figure is that it's maybe he's getting paid. Somebody's wiring him some money to go at him. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But then again, what does on here? It probably made him a lot of sense, at least enough where he consistently did it, sustained for weeks, a couple of weeks on it. There at least on, like, why the hell are you going after this guy? I mean, no offense to the man, but I'm like, it's not like Six Bang is somebody who's like on panels a lot, and he'll go on panel, but I'm just saying he doesn't go on like a ton of panels and talks about really anyone, does he? Or does he? I mean, frankly, I throw myself in that same category too. I mean, I get on very few panels. I've done very little panels this entire year, and I'm proud of it. I'm proud of it. But that tactic alone has literally shaken the abenayers down to their foundation by me doing that. It literally has. And their grand poobah leader, who kept it all like afloat, a root beer float going, is Maya missing in action. And that was Biff Thundermuffin. I heard Hebrews live again, so he was one of the ones that was that kept the abenayers thing going. So maybe Navin Johnson is listening out there, or any of Banks, Golden Boy, any of you guys that are abenayers. Maybe you guys can all partner up again with him. I don't know. I mean, somebody's got to take the lead in this one. But the abenayers are definitely not as powerful and strong as they once were. I'll have you know, and that's to the credit to the anti-abenayers, with which Ville is a president of, and Chicky KT as the vice president of, and who else? I'd say Brett is VP. All right, and Chicky KT is the Secretary of Abes. There you go. Like Secretary of Defense. And then there's Patriot Defense. I haven't seen him today. Nope. I got it all wrong. Well, who's VP then? Who's the VP? Is somebody's got to take the role? Who is the administrator or the director of the Library of Abe? Like Library of Congress? Anyways, somebody send me the list. No, she doesn't really know who Six. Well, I don't think she really knows much about Six. There's no connection there. Oh, I am. Well, I can't. That's a conflict of interest. That's like there's all kinds of international and federal statutes that cover that, where I can't be on my own like board of directors or any of that shit, right? It's conflict of interest, right? So I don't count, unfortunately. But I do appreciate that, nevertheless. But no, there's somebody else. There's somebody else involved in this, and if it's Rada, it's Rada. I'm not sure. But what name did I get wrong? I said Ville with a V. V as in Victor. Victory. V as in victory. There you go. See? I said Ville is the president of the anti-abenayers association. But I highly doubt that. I mean, after all, it was her and Callie that took down his channel, his original channel. So there is that. But no, there would be no connection there with Lady Di and Six Banga and she can't stand Rebel's guts there too either. I don't know where Biff Thundermuffin is. I don't know if the dog ate it, if he got abducted by aliens. I'm not sure. I mean, hey, if it didn't work in the 80s and the 90s with their homework assignments, Rada's always behind the scenes. Yes. Somebody is feeding that cash cow. I don't care what you say or don't say. There's more to it than just, what he's going through. Having lost his mom and all that. There's more to it than that. There's a lot more to it than this. He came on really thick and heavy, just out of the blue. Speaking of blues, I haven't seen him in my chat today, but that's okay. Everybody gets a day off. He's got a hall pass for that. But no, there's something more at stake here. There's something or someone driving him to do what he's doing. To put that much energy forth into getting on every single panel he can, to derail it and to just blast everybody and all of that. There's a lot more to that story than meets the eye. I don't care what any of you say. There's something going on behind the scenes. Does anybody got an eye on Rada's server? Because I've never been in it. I don't know what's going on in there. He used to try to get me to go in there, but I would, out of my moral high ground, I did not go in it. I never joined Pauly Crispy's server either. Neither one of them. Either one. But I got my own reasons for that. Pretty obvious. Number one, I don't want 8,000 tags from Rada a day, which is what he used to do in the Asylum server and in Pauly's original server. Number two, I just don't like him. I don't feel like it. Why would I go on some guy's server I don't like? And the guy called me a PDF over and over again. He did. Well, first it was when Blue Eyes, Psycho Blue Eyes, got on there and did it, and Pauly's panel, his old channel. And then he kept highlighting and reading all these comments from sock accounts in the chat that were calling me that. And then he apologized for it under pressure later on, only to reignite that and to do it all over again. He did that starting last year. And so why on God's earth would I go hang out on some guy's panel that does that kind of stuff? Why you wouldn't do that? So that's why I didn't do it. You quit? You can't. You're not allowed to quit. What you can do, however, is I've got 30 people in here right now, Billy. 30 people, well, 29. 29 to be exact. What we should do is go live and drop the link in my chat. And then after you drop the link, I will end this thing and we'll all go over there and we'll hang out with you. How's that sound? I'm down for this. I am all in this. We've got this. I've been staying live this whole time for you to get all that set up and kick it. I said Ville. Oh, is he live now? Oh no, yeah, go live. Yes. I definitely think he should go. You guys are pretty much all shielded. There's no such thing as a wrench anymore. So you're all shielded. You got your own badges. And you can click on his channel link and go sub to him if you're not subbed. Share the wealth. I'm all for crowd subbing. I miss it when you could click anyone's channel link without having a moderator in status and just go sub their channel. But those days are long gone, unfortunately. But that's one of the reasons I give wrenches out. The other reason I give wrenches out, I mean, there I go again, shields out, is because it lets me know that you're the real you. That is your channel. It's not as hard anymore because the tagging is the chat instead of the channel name per se. But there's people who try to occasionally from time to time try to spoof as you or me or somebody else out there. Somebody else. So nope, quit. No, you can't quit. You need to go live. I understand that Zatoichi's panel was rather interesting last night. Unfortunately, I got about 6 minutes of it. I was hoping he'd come in here, but I haven't seen him. And I heard it was a wonderful time on that panel between everybody. I don't know, were you on that? I don't know who's on that. I've got like 3 screenshots of that panel, and that's all I got. I missed the whole thing. He made it private. I know a couple things that went on there, and that's it. I didn't actually get to see it because by the time I got my downtime at my work, my job as a janitor at the post office, then the show was over, and I was just starting to shout out to the replay crew, and bam, the video went poof, disappeared into thin air. I didn't know Zatoichi was also a magician. Did you? Aside from having a black belt in whatever it is he's got it in, taekwondo or aikido or karate or jujitsu, whatever it is he's got that black belt in, okay, whatever he's got it in, he apparently can make things just disappear into thin air, including live streams. So I was unable to watch any of the rest of that. But be as it may, whenever we do panels, it works out so grand. Isn't it a wonderful experience? We have such a wonderful time together. We all do. People have nothing but the best of nicest of things to say to each other with an enthusiastic cheer. And they say things like, pardon me, do you have any Grey Poupon? That's a moldy oldie. But yes, I need more likes. Hit the likes. But yes, we all love going on panels together because they always wind up, they always turn so south. I mean, so north, so well that nobody calls each other any kind of derogatory, nasty names. Everybody just it's like one big freaking happy family. Like the House of Horrors. So I was gonna say something else to that, but I'm gonna be nice. Never mind. Where's corrosive commentary? I've got almost 2 hours not mentioned his name one time. It's corrosive commentary who loves it when I talk about him. Not to be confused with CC Truck 17, of course. Man, did you guys go watch that video short that I clipped on KK's channel? Where he got up on that panel, he was talking about Jen and them. No, he was talking about just Jules. JJ. So KK, who's LL? I mean, or who's II? I'll be II. I, da-dun, da-dun. I, da-dun, da-dun. So anyways, it's pretty funny, right? No, not really. I don't know. I guess I'm entertaining enough. There's 30 people. What the hell? I told you guys this is a magical time slot. You would be, it's only, what time is it right now? It's almost 9 o'clock in the morning where I'm at. And here we all are together, one big happy family. So I think that Six Banga or Ville should go live, and he should reel them all in. Anyways, I think Ville was saying he resigned from being El Presidente of the Abe Club or whatever it is, something like that. I still think that's got to be you. That's got to be Rebel. It has to be him. Only he would talk like that. Only he would do that. Why don't you come on your regular account? You're not blocked. I don't have you blocked like you got me blocked. You're not blocked, right? You're not blocked. Anyways, people, I'm gonna go 10 more minutes, and that's gonna be it. That's really going to be it. Has anyone seen Nemesis around lately? Where is he at? Does anybody have the, did anybody record or download the Zatoichi panel from last night in question? I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. I only got 6 minutes into that thing, and then it was gone forever. Castaway into the Valley of Darkness. So, anyways, where are we at? Hell, I don't know. Who knows? Who wants to know? But anyways, you guys got me in Discord. I think you do, and it's Bovo, all lowercase, B-boy, O-Ocean, V-Victor, O-Ocean, or Bravo, Oscar, Victor Oscar, 9547, I believe it is. I think it's 9547. So DM me in Discord and give me the whole lowdown on what happened last night, because we only got a few little bits and pieces off of the Settlements live stream about any of that. So I missed the whole show. I feel so left out. Again, I'm off for 4 days. And all this has to go down when the one day I got to go back to work. The one day! Just like that. Boom. Just like that. Where's Bedtime Clown to talk about to rewrite history on what happened on Lady Di? What didn't happen, is more like adequate for the occasion. On Lady Di's panel in 2022 4 years ago. Where's corrosive commentary? Gotta be out there somewhere, man. It's gotta be lurking somewhere, right? Right. Where's Cajun Brandy to come in my channel and say I wish death upon everybody when I didn't? Going to bat for 420 noon. Has anybody seen her around? Just curious. Aquarium eyes want to know. Just curious. Let's see here. Isn't it funny, some of these bitches, and Rick Crude is definitely one of them, yes. Bedtime Clown, most definitely. So I'm calling both sexes bitches here. Run their mouths, talk all kinds of mad, fucked up, foul shit about me with no context to it whatsoever. And then they block me they just block me. I mean, come on, is that not a sissy act or what? Not a sister act. This isn't Whoopi Goldberg here, but isn't it kind of a sissy act to talk shit about somebody or say that you're wishing death upon people and sit there and call you a PDF supporter? That would be Bedtime Clown doing that. Well, Cajun Brandy for the first, him for the latter. But why would you block somebody that you're sitting there outing? You're gonna expose them to the whole world, and then it's like we're still waiting after 4 years. Well, give her the Cajun Brandy thing's new. I don't know why I know why she did it, but it's like this. I had nothing. I didn't have, look, as far as like Hebrew Operator, Bubs, Stabby, and 420, and them. All the old Abe hater. Hey, yesterday's in the house. __. Good morning. I've been waiting for you to show up. But I'm gonna do a panel one of these days, and you better be on it. You better get on it. I heard you will do panels, so that'd be great. But no, these people that talk relentless shit on somebody else, it doesn't even have to be me, sit there and talk nothing but dog dung on other people. They like to dump on them, in other words. And then they just sit there and they block the person that they're doing that to, so that you can't even talk to them, because they once you're blocked, you cannot see any of their comments anywhere on YouTube. And then you have to flip to an alt account to even see what kind of, shit they're saying about you. When they are, if and when they are. I mean, is that not how is that not like a sissy act? Do you hear where I'm going with that? So anyways, that's the whole thing though. That's the whole thing. Well, I'm just, again, these are people I'm using as examples. These are people that blocked me off of they blocked me after running their mouths talking shit about me. So either initially to me and then later about me. And it's like, again, why even waste the energy or take the effort on even talking shit about me if you're going to block me anyway? Just do it. Just block me. Fuck it. I mean, I'm just saying. These people I'll never understand. And frankly, I don't think they do either. Anyways, it was mentioned Evil Terry, yes. Where that was on the settlements, where Terry started out on the Music Brad's channel. Y'all remember this? I sure do. And then he was it is true, he was discovered on there at first. Well, the Brad's channel is where I got reeled into. You love it when people block you, take the trash themselves out. Now see, I just learned something new there. I had never even thought of it from that angle. So shout out to Ville with a V on that one. Now that is an interesting comment. I have never thought of it that way. Interesting. Well, thanks, Ville. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. Old dog? What do you call me, an old dog? No, I'm calling myself an old dog. Hell, I've only been on YouTube off and on since 2007. So there is that. That's almost 20 years ago. Damn. Just damn. Does anybody know where I was hanging out when I first got on here? I do. I could tell you there was no such thing as panels. Nope. No, something lured me on here off of another platform that was still alive at the time. And I've heard they're trying to re-energize it. Brad's was the anti-Davillian files. Oh, yes. Oh, Davidia. Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. Yes. Well, see, all of my haters, my abenayers, flocked to that channel like cockroaches. And that was after a certain somebody gave me the link to get on there, so that I was getting. Obviously, it was a troll. It's like when Hebrew dropped the StreamYard link for Zatoichi and didn't give him the channel link to get on there. That's the oldest trick in the book. Give somebody the channel link to say, hey, take the link and get on, and they won't even tell you. They won't even tell you what channel it is. Now, if that's not a bait trap, I don't know what is. Just saying. So, anyways, cobalt and other minerals here we walk on. Well, I mean, I'd love to walk on the moon, wouldn't you? That'd be fun. But anyways, so I'm just simply saying that that again. No, you're gonna go live. That's what you got to go do. I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours. I'm going to end this thing in just a minute here, people. I've never killed a live stream with 30 people on here, but there's a first time for everything, I'll have you know. Where's Corrosive Commentary, who loves it when I talk about him? CC Truck 17. CC Truck 17. Mr. PhD paramedic himself. He could get on my channel, and I would definitely give him. I would give him the gift that keeps giving. I would give him a standard wrench. Now we got CCM 602. Good morning, but we don't have CC Truck 17. So we need 17 in here. We need him. Anyways, long story. Long story to that one. I've never even talked to this guy outside of just Discord and chat. Yes, there is a full eclipse tonight. Catch it. I'm going to step outside and at least catch it for a few minutes. Take those pics, guys. take those pics and light up those committee tabs with all all that imagery of the pending apocalyptic totality of a lunar eclipse tonight that should affect the tidal waves, the temperature, and life as we know it. It's going to be worse than Y2K, which, of course, anyone that was around for that knows that nothing happened then either. Tomorrow night, it's not tonight? Oh, well, either way, I'll still be at my dirty four-letter word that starts with a W and ends with a K, and I'll have to catch it then. It's the 28th. Okay, well then I will go check it out. But I'll be, unfortunately, at my job. Damn. I got a telescope. I could go set up somewhere in a park somewhere and, where it's dark and sit and watch it, but that's not going to happen for me. Oh, well. Such is life. It's the 28th. I thought it was tonight. Like, it's the 27th, and then it's going into the 28th. So it's the 28th into the 29th? Is that what it is? Because I thought it was tonight. Interesting. Oh, well, I mean, it's worth catching depending on where you live. If you live out west, you'll get yourself a partial eclipse. If you live in the Mid-East, the Mid-East, and then in Midwest and out east, Northeast even, all the way down to Florida, you'll get totality. In other words, it'll be a full lunar eclipse. And that's something you can stare at with the naked eye. You don't need any special glasses to catch that. Okay, well then, what you'll get out in Arizona is a partial eclipse. You won't have the full thing, but it'll be, trust me, even a partial eclipse is well worth your while. At least checking out at least once. Hell, you only live once, so you might as well live it up. I heard, who's going live? Who's going live so I can end this thing? Well, I had fun today. Did you guys have fun? Where's corrosive commentary? He actually got on my chat. I just about lost control of the wheel here and drove off a cliff in California, going like 99.9999999 kilometers an hour, miles per hour, nautical knots. I was going 99 knots, and there was somebody in here I think he was interested in talking to, but he actually did engage a little bit with me. So wow, I just about croaked and choked. But anyway, say hi by a special request. Thank you very much. Yes. Retired. Yes. Photographer or polyographer? Is it? You remember that Spirit? What's his name? He's very soft-spoken. Not Grim Reaper. Reaper. The Joker's channel, aka Spirit. He's the one that said that he was a tribal. Was he a retired tribal police chief? Is that what he said he was? Something to that effect. I remember this. I do remember this. But yeah, photographer. I thought that's what you meant. I thought that's what you said. Yes. I knew. I remember you talking about. You said something about that before. But do you guys remember them saying anything like that? You never could get to the guy because of Huck, but now you can. He does a very rare guest appearance on Lisa V's, and that's about it. I don't think he's down with the whole the whole reconstruction of her channel thanks to One Black Rose. I used to call her Black Mold. I didn't nickname her Dead Rose. I don't know who did. I could take a venture a guess at who probably did that. I called her Black Mold, and I called her Garth Rose, like Darth Rose, like Darth Vader from Star Wars. And my personal favorite is, I almost forgot about it, was Black Mold. Black Mold. But Black Mold has reconstructed Lisa B's entire channel, and the whole thing is all about Lady Di and GR8. Shell or Michelle or her, that the retired trauma nurse that's blind or disabled. She's disabled, but anyways, that's pretty much all that I understand goes on that channel. And so I and again, that she goes live when I'm at work. I'm talking about to try to get into, if you want to talk to Spirit, he like never goes live on his channel anymore and just makes these really rare guest appearances on Lisa B's. That's what he does. And I don't know when the last time he even got on that channel was, but yeah, her entire channel is about Lady Di's. It's all about stream sniping Lady Di's streams. And that's all it is. From beginning to end, that's all it is. And that's because Black Mold there has got it in for yes. He occasionally gets on her channel, yes. And somebody had said he like within the last month or two, he appeared on there briefly. But don't ask me for a link. I'm not for total sure. I think so though. But I mean, how many people out here want to watch Black Rose and Rick Crude shit talking Lady Di? I mean, most people don't even care. Don't even know who she is, and if they do, don't care anything about it. But then you got Rick Crude calling the cops. I know News Now Press and her go at it back and forth. I don't even know what started that one. I just haven't been I've been kind of out of tune with it on purpose, because for me, what's going on is it's just like wash, rinse, repeat of the same never-ending and vicious cycle that's been going on for the last 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. I mean, I was off of YouTube for like 2.5 years, and I guess the stuff was going on back then. Not with Lisa, but with like Lady Di and Flying Monkey and all them. I know it started that whole thing between them. It was something so minuscule, so minute. It's like that it was all over that Plainfield tornado, which the anniversary is coming up on the 28th here, the 36th, that is. And it had to do with Flying Monkey saying that she had pictures of the tornado, according to Lady Di, and then it was like Flying Monkey saying no. They're pictures of the the damage. I guess it was someone in her family was apparently lost in that tornado. Or they lost their house, or maybe they were killed. I don't know the whole story on that one. But anyways, that's what started that whole one between those two. And that's what started the whole Friday fuckery show. It was all because of the feud that was going on between them two. That's what started the whole thing. That been 4 years ago now, somewhere in there. Well, Fly Monkey's no longer with us, but that's all in history now. But it's just what started the whole, I don't know, like rendition between those two. I left Di's channel, got tired of the Preston and Rick Crude talk every night. Yeah, there's this never-ending cycle between all of them, everybody. It's like that's why I've just done this. I've kind of done the same thing with everybody's channels. It's just kind of averted them. It's just every time. Well, part of it's that I'm, whenever any of them go live, it's peak, like season at my job, and I'm just starting out. Y'all know I'm a night owl now by trade, and I'm just starting out, and I don't have time. Oh, you gonna go live? Willie gonna go live? Oh, hell yes. Booyah! Is that your live link? It's 27 people in the house. I'm gonna pin that. Is what I'm gonna do, and we're gonna go hang out over there. Is what we're gonna do. And if you're not there, I'm coming looking for you. Okay. Symbolically, of course, virtually, not literally. This is virtual reality, not actual reality. But anyways, so I just got fed up. To me, it's everything going on between all of those parties, everybody. It's the same stuff that was going on 4 years ago, and the reason that Lisa B started Black Rose, there's a couple of reasons, started restreaming all of her content, being Lady Dies, is simply because GR8 or Michelle had emerged on an old channel that she shared with Justin, or No Good Reason to Stream, and that's really what drew all the attention to her channel at that time. This is like, I don't know, like 3 months or so ago. At least it's had to been at least that. We've surpassed 90 days in, and so it just becomes an every single night. The other reason that that's going on is because Black Rose 21843 has it in for her. That's the other reason that that's going on. On the phone, yes. I know. I had heard that. I caught just a few bits and pieces of that, but I'm just like, I've just pretty much moved on from it all. I just, the whole, it's just like the Rick Crude thing. Abe was a fake cop, lives in his mom's basement. Salty Rant came out with that one 4 years ago. That's why losers like, Rada and them, they got nothing else to go with. So they just regurgitate the same stupid shit that they pick up in video clips or through the grapevine or whatever that those people used to say and do 4 years ago and whatnot. Now I know that that's Connie. I know that's you. Again. Why don't you just get on your regular account, of which I believe you've got a wrench on, if my memory serves, at least one of your channels, your main channels, and just partake in the chat directly. Wait a minute here. Is that the you want GRA on the get her in the damn StreamYard? I thought wasn't she starting to use the StreamYards? And yeah, no, that's the real email. I don't know why. All right, anyways, must be a glitch. So anyways, but the thing of it is this went on for years and years and years, and I'm just like so done with it. I'm over it. Rick Crude is going to continue to be stuck on repeat. Maybe he's getting dementia. Maybe he's the one with it. I mean, all he does is regurgitate the same dumb shit over and over. Makes a complete fool out of himself. And I don't. Maybe he doesn't realize people are laughing at him, not with him. I'm not sure which. Anyways, neither here nor there. I don't care. But yeah, it's just like, Rick Crude is going to be. He's going to be that guy until the day he kicks the bucket. He keels over. When his time comes, he's going to be doing that as long as the good Lord willing, or the good devil willing, whichever comes first, is going to continue to keep running his mouth and talking the same dumb shit. He's not even funny. It's just this. It's just like, yeah, we've seen that rerun a few times. There he was, just a clip I seen on that John Henzo's channel where he's sitting there saying, he's going, well, if them three, inferring to Lady Di, John Henzo, and Psycho Dave King 9, set foot on Texan soil, as soon as they cross that boundary, They're going straight to jail because they all got warrants for their arrests. I mean, first of all, even if there is a warrant for someone's arrest, you can be in the same state. You can, and outside of the geo limits. That typically does not apply to felonies, however. But if there's a misdemeanor warrant for somebody, and it depends if that arresting agency with the warrant is willing to go pick them up, right? To extradite them to their jurisdiction, usually their county or city, usually, city within a county. And it all depends. It just depends. But according to Rick, these people all have arrest warrants out for them in Texas. But yet he just got done saying the Houston police won't do jack shit for him. Neither will the Arizona one either, right? Neither will that one. So, which is it? He can't keep his lies straight. Anyways, with that, I'm going to get out of here. Willie, is he live right now? He says he's going to go live. We should all go say hi to him. I pinned it in the link. Navin, you're late to the party. You'll have to go back and catch the repeat. There was something that I said about you, or I don't remember what it was. We're talking about the Abenayers when you and Golden Boy were up on whose panel was you on? Willay's. You were on Willay's panel. You two guys, you're trying to keep. I was reminding you that Heber Hammer Operator is going live again, and he was one of your guys' OG Abenayers, along with Biff Thundermuffin. And since Biff's out of the picture, or so it would seem, at least for the time being, for his extended absence from here. Don't wish the man ill will, but I'm just simply saying, Biff was the prime, he was the lord. He was the lord of the Abenayers, and now that he's gone, somebody's going to have to, pick up the slack, in his absence, if you guys are going to keep kicking that can down the street. And with that, yeah, I don't have a clue. I have no idea what happened to him. I don't know. Some people said the guy got doxxed. Other people said it was something else and something else. I don't know. I have no idea. Are you live right now? Are you going to go live? Because we're all going to go over there and hang out. I pinned that link that you put in the chat. Is that? Oh my God. No, it's Biff. It's Biff. That right there is the one and the only Hammy. Yes, I know what you meant. Biff. Have not seen or heard of this dude has it been a year now? It's had to been at least a year, and I don't know what happened to him. But he's the guy, he is literally he was a forefather of the Abenayers, not the anti-Abenayers, because that's me. But he was definitely right in the mix of the Abenayers. Yeah, it's been a while since Hammy's been around. R.I.P. Biff. No, I don't. I mean, his digital demise, I guess, as far as I would go with saying that one. But no, I don't know. It's really a shame about that guy and me. Him and I, we started out doing just fine, and then he just got really ticked off and turned on me, and I remember the reasons why he said he did, but none of that was true. But I guess for whatever reason, in his mind it was. Maybe it was just something as simple as, joining the Abe hate train. That when that was thick and heavy at the time, back in like 2024. I'm not sure. You do talk to him? Well, we haven't seen his presence out here on YouTube anywhere. And there are some of the original Abenayers out here that want to keep it going. So maybe he could lend them a helping hand. Or at least Hamburger Helper. Hamburger Helper. Anyways, but no, I've certainly seen nothing of him or heard anything about him. Hell, I've even tagged him at least 2 or 3 or 4 times in my tab, and nothing Nothing out of, no response. Nothing, no words. But of all the bunting heads that him and I did, do you know how many times I called the cops on Biff? First of all, how could you call the cops on a guy who's got such a a notorious name, such a what's the word I'm looking for here? A repetitious name in one of the best movies of all times, and 3 of them at that. Back to the Future. But anyways, no, I never once called the cops on Biff. I never called them on Rick Crude. I never called them on anybody out here. Nobody. Isn't that something? Isn't that crazy? Nobody. But anyways, I guess I'm just not that vested in it. So, but Hammy, you have not really been around. Well, you've been. I know you're still out there. I've seen you occasionally go live, but I should do. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'm rooting for punishment, you see, guys, and I should definitely do a panel again, and we'll definitely kick it. We'll do it. No, Biff was not overly fair to me at all. Not at all. He kept trying to spin narratives on stuff that just to try to basically trying to like ice me out. That's what he was trying to do. He tried to paint me as this horrible like monster, this Loch Ness monster, this schneidely whiplash evil villain on here is what he tried to do. And I could even say the evidence, as he calls it, was circumstantial at best, if even that, to try to get one up on me every single time. And Biff won the Powerball lottery and moved to Singapore. Okay, well, that's a new one. Well, if he did, shout to him. I mean, hell, he could probably buy YouTube, let alone use it. So there you go. That could be. I haven't seen that person around a long time either. So like I say, I talked about that earlier, so you'll have to go back and catch, let's see, probably about an hour and a half ago when I started talking about that. There is no link. This is a solo stream monologue. But yes, we went down the list on some of the things that Biff had tried to pull on me. And one of them was when he was saying that I doxed Heber Hammer Operator on Queen Wasp's channel. I'm like, first of all, I'm repeating this so you don't have to go back in the chat replay. First of all, Queen Wasp had like 5 or 6 people even watching her live streams. When she started her live streams, it's just like any other stream. I mean, it's not exclusive to her, but she would go live and, people would show up, say hi, hang out for a little while, get on a panel. And then, when she go live for 5, 6, 7 hours at a time, there was quite a bit of downtime in there where the chat was just not moving. You have about 5 or 6 people watching it. And Heber Hammer Operator is up on the panel, and him and I were kind of at odds, but not. I wasn't fighting with Heber then. I'm not fighting with him now. But that hillbilly man and all those people were all of my old haters flocked to that guy's channel. Naven, you jumped on his channel. I seriously doubt you knew who he was until you learned him through me, I'm guessing. But you correct me on that one, but I'm pretty sure I'm guessing just like anybody else or everybody else, landed on his channel. So all my old haters, Bedtime Clown, Black Rose, and she came around the bend, Evil Terry, he wanted a piece of that pie right there. So he was up on all those panels. They're the ones who did the same thing to the Music Brad. Same thing. Huckleberry was even one of them that did that. Yes, she did. Dragon Classy Drama Tart. That's one of them. I'm trying to think of who else. But you get the idea. Big Ed. The whoop whoop dude. He would also jump over there. Yes, he did. So that's kind of how that went down. But Hebrew operator. Now this is. I'm gonna tell the story real quickly, and then I got to get out of here. But are you still live? Are you live right now? I asked you if you was live, and you didn't respond. At least if you answered, I didn't see it. Well, I'll tell that story another time. But I've still got your thing pinned. I'll tell that story again another time. I'll have something to talk about for 2 hours straight again anyway. But it was somebody had gone in her chat, dropped his full legal name apparently. Well, I've got a blurry screenshot picture of it. And then Wasp took a blur. She's the one that took the picture of her StreamYard side, not her YouTube side. BTC, who kept saying it was me, and so did Biff. They're waiting for you to end. This won't take long, just another minute. But BTC, who was a manager moderator on her channel, after she had pulled my wrench earlier, like 3 hours earlier, and blocked me. Hebrew operator, he put his name out multiple times, and he did it because a guy known as Southwest Jeff was accusing him of assaulting somebody who was a minor at his job that he worked with, like shoving him or pushing him or hitting him or things, whatever. So Heber actually brought that dude on his channel and interviewed him, sat in his truck or whatever, and actually sat and talked to this dude, saying, and the dude recounted that he was a friend of his family's and all that. But before that, Hebrew felt compelled to put all of his personal information out there on the internet to prove that he didn't have any kind of criminal record involving minors or any of that shit, which he does not. To his credit, no, he doesn't. But Huckleberry and Rick Crude and all them all those people were fucking with him. Tyrant Wars wanted his docs. They put in their community tab about him and me because he knew me and they were out for blood with me at the time. But Heber put his shit out there to show the world that, look, I've got nothing to hide. This is who I am. And this is after Flying Monkey clipped him when he was live and accidentally had his camera on and then pulled up into his house and then walks up to the door and the address number is the street name sign. And then he made that private. Of course, she put it back up on her channel. So, yes, you could say that he got doxxed then, but not his name. But Huckleberry basically baited him. Well, she baited him to get in her server one night, and he took the bait. He went in there, and she just, apparently, from what I've heard, she just went at the dude, hot and heavy, thick and thin, and put him on thin ice, and twisted, like she always does, his criminal background, his record. And I'm sitting here going like, this bitch don't even match anything close to a paralegal, let alone a law firm's janitor, for that matter. So who is this bitch to say anything about anything or anyone? She doesn't even know how to read case numbers and dissect them that way. So there's that. But anyways, long story short, zipping along a couple of months later, a sock account that there was a number of these sock accounts that were going on all these different channels. D-Bands was one of them. I remember this. And they put his name out in her chat. And this was about 6 hours into the live stream. Something to that effect. Something. And so Wasp takes this blurry picture of her StreamYard side and says, there's proof that I'm the one that doxed him. And then Bedtime Clown says, oh yeah, we all know you did it, even though I didn't bother to click the link on the channel. Hammy, I bitch at least 10 different people on my channel every single day. Well, not every day, but when I go live. Welcome to the club. We're the anti-abenayers. So anyways, we are, we're just defending our turf here. That's all it is. What the hell? But anyways, they're the enemy. They're not the comrade. Not comrade. We ain't from no USSR. Trust me. But see, what these people didn't contemplate was that I had then and have now an insider on her channel that has a moderator wrench. And that person gave me the link and the screenshot to the channel that did that. And this is long after he put his own shit out there anyway. So he doxed himself. He self-doxed himself, and I was the only one telling him not to do it. But because I knew the consequences that were going to come with it. Tyrant Wars wanting his docs, Huckleberry wanting his docs, Rick Crude. I mean, that's enough said right there, right? But he felt compelled, and he did it anyway. So they got really livid at me, and they were trying, Biff Thundermuffin and them were trying so desperately, so hard, to get me to out my insider, because they were saying, well, if you don't give us the name of your source, then it never happened. You're just making it up. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Next live link. You got a new one? Here, hang on. Is that the new link? Or is he going live again? There we go. I'll pin that. All right. So anyways, that's the story in short. And that's how I can show clause or, proof to you. I can validate myself to say that Biff Thundermuffin at one point in time, at least, was totally out for blood with me, totally. Anyways, all things equal, all things said, all things must come to an end, for better or for worse. And the small streamer, such as moi, always hedges their bets. Let's go. Let's click that link and go say hello to Ville with a V, not a W. This show would not be possible without viewers and hopefully chatters like you. I don't like talking to dead airspace. Even if there's just one of you out there, at least I know there's an audience. And one thing my grandpa always taught me is this, and I'll leave you with this. You can only entertain the few that show, not the many that stay away. So there is that. Well, then go live yourself. And we'll all go over there and say hi. Wasn't I blocked from your channel at one point? I think I actually was. Okay, people. That's it. Okay, bye.